I filmed this already a while ago, and then I was like, I don't want to edit that, so here we are redoing it again. Stickers, I'm just gonna get right into it. I don't even care. Sketchbook tour, number 18. Milky Tomato, Oliver's Antics, Milky Tomato, mine, Milky Tomato. I don't know these artists. I know this artist, I'm friends with them. I think they changed their username, but this person, I'll put their names on screen. Another Milky Tomato sticker on the back because I'm just so cool like that. I have so many of like these papers up here, and I'll get into those at the end. How about I center it? How about I center it challenge? Started on August 26th, and then my follower tracking, and then I do my goals, and then I just sticker bombed the rest of this. It was good that I finished this when I did because these stickers were really not wanting to like stay in here, so. And then I always do a self-portrait on the first page. This is my Sona at the time. I've changed. I've gotten a big haircut, so I don't look like this. It's really interesting to see art from this period of myself because I don't look like this anymore, and I feel really detached already from this. I was watching Mob Psycho, and I had the biggest fixation I have had in a hot minute on this fucking show. Just like watching the show and was just drawing the characters as I was watching it, and then this was from reference. This was of me kind of trying to draw it in the style, but then I actually sat down and did some studies. But this is not the studies. I was watching Breaking Bad at the same time as I was watching Mob Psycho. I just did a lot of Breaking Bad fan art because I'm a big fan of this show. Very big fan. More Mob Psycho like studies, like actually studying the art. So just a whole page of Reagan. Love these sketches. Big fan of these mob drawings as well. These were just some like reaction images that I drew my Sona as at the time, and then some dimples to fill the space, also from references, I'm pretty sure. Then this was like Mob at 100, and I really love this spread. Like of the study pages I did, this one's probably my favorite. I really like this one. Big fan of these like silhouette drawings. Also like these too. Big fan of this spread. Here I was like, okay, what else can I study because I want to keep drawing art from this show. So I did a lot of hands. They're kind of spread out here, and then I did some mob possessed by Dimple, or Dimple possessing that one guy, and then mob struggling to run. Reagan. This was not from actual studies. This was just like I found pose references and then drew him on top of those while trying to kind of keep him in style, but also like letting it be loose to my own art style too. Really love this one. This one makes me very happy. I just like this spread in general. Big fan. This was kind of more doing some exploring. I think this was when I actually finished my watch of the show, and I wanted to redraw that old drawing I did of Reagan from 2022 or 2021, so I redrew that. This was from a reference. These were all like sketching plans, and then there's a couple Breaking Bad characters here. I was trying to like use the Mob Psycho style and draw them in it. I love that these shows for some reason get put together a lot. Like I've seen a lot of like Breaking Bad x like Mob Psycho, which is just an interesting combination, but they're both great. Love them, but love them both. More, this was like kind of me being like, this is what I draw myself like, and then this is in mob style. Both of these, I'm not a huge fan of the drawings. Thumbnails, a bunch of dimples, and then this, I just wanted to draw more stuff from the show directly. Kind of doing studies still. I do think that doing all these studies, like really, it changed my art in a way where I just became much more like expressive. Anyway, some more Reagan. I was gonna do like just a whole spread of him eating because I was like, there's enough references of him eating food. I got to like these sketches, and then I just drew him here, cross-dressing. Here is, what the fuck? One moment, let me load it. I did these designs in a video recently. These are so old. It took me so long to get that video just out because I didn't want to work on it for so long. And then I just ended up quitting and just turning it in like it's an overdue assignment. Like I was so over it. And then more Mob Psycho, but who's surprised by that? This was when, okay, so I have OCs that I adore. This was me exploring my OC Dawn's character more. I'm a huge fan of this OC. And I kind of was inspired by Mob Psycho 100 with the aspect of like losing it. And with her powers, like she's always been a character that has powers beyond her control, but I wanted to like really indulge in what that looks like, and I was doing this. She has like these fire powers, so I was thinking like if her feelings are too intense or something, she kind of just turns into like this little flame ball, and it kind of reminds me of Jack Attack, playing around with that. Drawing her and Aaron. Aaron's kind of like this mentor figure for her, and he can make like these force fields, so I really like this doodle that I did of them. I think it's so cute. But more of just these OCs. Big fan of their relationship and dynamic. Very like father-daughter, also kind of inspired, whatever. More, I love this page. Love this page. This is Dawn when she's a bit older. Still like, not great at controlling her powers still in this era. And I really like these sketches a lot. Big fan. And then more of Aaron and her here. I just wish I could make her a little bit smaller. Then I would absolutely like 10 out of 10 love this page. It just is that she's just slightly too big, especially in comparison to him, because he is taller than her. And then this is Finn. He is also like another kind of mentor figure, but I think of their relationship as being a little bit more like, little less serious than Aaron and Dawn's. Finn and Dawn are kind of just like, they're good buddies. He is still older and takes kind of this like mentor relationship with her. Some of these are from Mob Psycho references. Like I think these three are Reagan and Mob. This is from Stranger Things. This is Hopper and Elle. And then this is my own shit. But I don't really like these drawings. Really love these though. Big fan. Don't have too much to say. It's just more of exploring their dynamics, and I was having so much fun with these pages. They just made me very happy to look at when I was doing them. Random shit. So this, I just had the thought of like Dawn when she's older and like some suit stuff. Drew that. Not a huge fan of these drawings. But then these were some expressions, because I was thinking of like these really ugly expressions that are like really intense that I want to capture how they feel, and I was trying to capture them from like photo references of myself. Then this, I went to a figure drawing session. It was like 3 hours long. First bit is 30 seconds, so these first few poses are 30 seconds each. Very quick. I brought markers with me. These are all 1 minute poses. I really like this spread because she did all standing poses, the model for this one. It made it, they all fit in here very well. Kind of this pyramid, like kind of, I don't know, it fits really nicely in here. Big fan. More 1 minutes, and then we got into the 5 minutes. I brought my whole like mug of markers with me, and I would sketch it out in like a lighter color, and then over it with a darker marker would add in more of the definition of where we're at. Where y'all at? I'm a big fan of this one. These I feel less strongly towards. Then these are the 10-minute ones, and I'm surprised by how I didn't get as far on this one. Still good. And these are the 20 minutes. I brought acrylic markers with me as well, and I'm a huge fan of these. Okay, just shake the whole camera, it's fine, don't even worry. These are both really good. Big fan of both of these. I put tape to like censor this stuff when I put it online, and now there's like sticky residue on the boobs, which is just what I wanted actually. And don't even worry, when I did it with this last 20-minute pose, it did rip off part of the paint when I went to take it off. That's just what I wanted to have happen. It's not like I cared. This is just a very doodly page. These are my OCs in like pajama-y clothing, and this is Kate and Chandler. Big fan. And then Mob Psycho. Just stupid doodles, nothing very serious. Some Dawn when she's older. More just mysterious doodles. This is a sticker my friend gave me, but just otherwise a lot of doodles. This is when I last saw my friend. I see her soon. Oh my god, but I miss her so much. Me drawing the trio all together, the whole group. And I'm a big fan of these sketches, and this one makes me very happy. I think it's silly because Dawn has like her little fire powers, and she's trying to like be trained by Aaron how to use them. I just imagine that there's one time where she is not thinking at all. She just throws her flame, and then Aaron just like quickly puts up a force field. Is like, could have brutally burned Finn. He just like puts up a force field very like casually, and it's like, hey hey, watch out, dumbass. And then she's like, oh sorry, and he's just like big fan. I'm a big fan. I love my OCs. Just putting in some stickers, just a lot of doodles of my soda, and then this was like, there was a pop-up cafe or something with Mob Psycho recently, so I drew some of the art from that, because I missed that show. These are some doodles I did. I would not bring my sketchbook to class at the beginning of the year, and I still try and not bring it, but I was like, well, I should probably not bring my sketchbook with me because if I draw, I won't pay attention, but I'll bring note cards and I'm allowed to draw on those. It didn't stop me from not paying attention. I don't know like what I thought it was gonna do for me. All of these are Mob. I really like this one. This one's from the season 1 opening. Really like this. Really big fan of that hand specifically. Finn doing Dawn's hair. This is Dawn when she's younger, Dawn when she's older. And then here's some Kates. I've designed this OC on this channel. These are a bunch of like shitty Chapel Roan stickers. But yeah, just scribbling in highlighter. This was like the era where my wrist hurt really, really badly and I needed to give it a break, but I wasn't giving it a break. I just started to have a lot more like work and art that I had to do, and it was really hard for me to not want to just do that all the time. But this was just some OC exploration stuff I did. This is Aaron and Dawn and then Kate, and the way they're raised, Aaron has a lot of like social isolation, so he doesn't know how like you're supposed to refer to people, and so I imagine that he meets lovely Miss Kate and he calls her Mrs. and she goes, "It's doctor," because she is a doctor, and he doesn't understand that that's like a title thing, so he's like, well, Mrs. Dr. Curtis, we really like I'm a really big fan of this expression that she does here. Yeah, I really like this page. And then Bob Ross, halfway spread. I love a halfway spread. Ugly Dolls for fun, and then these were the vocal stems of that period. It's funny because I look at this and I go, none of these are present still at all. Like they have all been completely like replaced immediately. Like this is not that long ago. It is 2 months ago. Completely different vocabulary right now. We're working with a different set. These are just some doodles. This was like the thumbnails for that like little animation intro that I did in my last video. Big fan of this, of me waving. Big fan of this Reagan with the headphones. Oh, I hear an Outlook notification. So my right hand was hurting really bad. Right. Left-handed drawing was the only solution that I could think of, so I did in fact get really intensely into drawing with my left hand, and I got pretty decent at it. I was kind of surprised that I could get pretty decent, but I mean, some of them are really fug, but these, I'm pretty pleased. They look shaky, but... And then back to, this is right-handed again, but this was back to the Mob Psycho Fixation, and I kind of chilled out after this, but I got really into the like age swap AU thing and just was doing a lot of that, just drawings, just ideas around it. Big fan. More of that. Oh, this is, my friend drew this, my friend drew this, my friend drew these. I'll actually flip so you can see all of them. My beautiful friend's drawings. Big fan of when my friends draw in my sketchbook. But these were more of that age swap AU thing, and then just doodling other shit for fun. I love this I love this page a lot. My friend was telling me that she'd want to watch my YouTube channel, and I just imagined her seeing me flip to this page and go, "Eee!" And I was like, that would be great if she saw that. But Mindless Power is like the name of their story. I finally gave it a title so I could stop referring to it. Oh, it's the one with like Aaron and Dawn. Like no, it's this is like the main 6 like protagonists. Like yeah, Ko is in my heart a protagonist, but they are an antagonist for a little bit. Anyways, I wanted to draw them all in like outfits that, because I have Pinterest boards of all of like their style choices that they would make. I'm a big fan of their outfits here. Chandler, I want him to be more emo than he is here. So this is Chandler, Dawn, Reese, Aaron, Kate, Finn. I don't like this Finn. I'm not a huge fan of this Chandler, but I love this Reese and I love this Kate a lot. Really like drawing Kate in this type of clothing. I want to draw her more. This is more of those OCs from earlier, the ones that are based on the IKEA Shark and Alien. Big fan. I do like this spread. Then this was when I was hanging out with a group of friends and I was just drawing my friends' characters, but some of these are mine. This is my OC Kate, Ko, Reese. Love this drawing of Reese. Big fan of this. Chandler, and then Finn and Aaron, and then another Finn. The rest are my friends' characters, and I really like really like drawing my friends' characters. Here was Ko. I was having so much fun with this page. I love how they look here. Like, come home to me. I'm a big fan of this spread. And I love this drawing specifically. This one, this one, this one, this one. Look at their mouth. Oh, I love it. Love that drawing. And I remember I kept trying to recreate it over, like, in other doodles, and I was like, fuck, it doesn't look as good as this one. Made me so sad. Made me so sad. And then more Ko. Love this page as well. This is, I'm a big fan of. I wanted, like, in the later part of the story when there's, like, a time skip and everybody kind of gets to heal from the bad things that have happened, I just got obsessed with Ko just becoming more emo. Like, after time has passed and they've gotten to, like, heal, I wanted, because I think a lot of times in, like, media, like, you think of, like, the fucking Breakfast Club, how the emo person turns, like, less emo at the end as, like, a good thing, and I'm like, no. Emo is good. Emo is what we need. Big fan. This page, oh my gosh, so I was doing some OC exploration. I need to do, this is just like world exploration. So it's a world with like magical powers and all this shit. So I was thinking like, what would a CVS look like? Because Kate kind of works in the pharmacy, was thinking about like this whole setup of what they would have and like what advertisements would be up there, and they like the little plushie rack was just like for fun, but like what kind of like things would they need? Just was a big fan of that whole deal. More places exploration, and then I was drawing some more Ko, and then drawing some of my Sona, just doodles of like stuff with my friends. But this was my I got the Whip app, which if you aren't familiar, it's a little self-explanatory in the sense that it's basically just an app with an image of a whip on it, and when you go like this, it makes a whip cracking sound. And I would just go like this and would have the most stupid smile on my face, and then my friend went, "You're fucking autistic." And that happened a good couple of times, and I really like this drawing. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Anyways, this was just some Sona doodles, friend drawings, more friend drawings, just sitting there doing their own shit, and I just started drawing them because I'm a creeper. I like to play and have fun. And then another Sona drawing. More Sona drawings. This was when I was having like the worst day of my life. But just look at how cute my Sona is though. Like, it's fun. Of my friend, and then my friend's drawing of me. Just more doodles. Big fan of these drawings. Big fan of these drawings. Chandler and Kate. And then this, we were watching RuPaul, and I was talking about how my favorite drag queen is Divine, because I'm very basic, but I do love her. This... Should I just skip over this whole page? Whatever. Just Kate and Chandler. Big fan of these doodles of both of them. Look at them. I'm just such a big fan. Come home to me. I was just like, drew my Sona, and then I made little shapes coming out of it and tried to just make little like creatures from them. I claim this blue guy. This blue guy is me. Tag yourself. Tag yourself which one you are. And you can also be the blue guy, but I am the most the blue guy as out of everybody. Big fan. This was me being so happy, and I drew my Sona just in the future when I'm on hormones and have top surgery, and I have hair on my tummy, and I'm so happy. This, very big fan. And then a bunch of, I think I did like these bigger doodles, and then I just put a bunch of tiny ones in all of the free space. But these were for like, all these comic pages you see were for an assignment, and I spent so long on this, and I don't know why I did this to myself, because my teacher was like, you can either write a 500-word essay, or, you know, you could do like a 6-page graphic novel. And I was like, a 6-page graphic novel sounds so easy. Why did I do that? Hey, why did I do that? That was a red choice. That was a red choice. Blood hot red choice. But it looked so good, and my teacher did give me like an 100% and a high five only to me when I went to go get my feedback report. So yeah, so I was working on those. This is just some drawings of my friends from just watching them like right in front of me. Big fan. Like drawing my friends from observations. And then more of this for my assignment. Just so much of my time. Me and my friends had a bit of just imagine Trump talking about his My Little Pony Sona. That was a big bit for a hot minute. That was a big thing. Then this was for an assignment that I did. I was like planning an assignment, I guess, was more of what it was, where you take a grid and then you take a grid and you like warp the grid lines and then draw it morphed to those grid lines. This is vanilla mace, if you couldn't tell. More just doodling. I am trans. I'm allowed. A lot of great doodles here, lots of good stuff going on. Doodling, this was when I was like at a meeting thing that I was bored at, and so I just doodled the entire time and filled up this whole page. And this is, you may have seen that I got a haircut, or like that I was drawing my hair differently from how I drew it in the very first page, and I couldn't tell you when, other than like I knew I had the haircut at this point, but I got a drastic haircut. And then this is my friend, and this is my friend, and then this was an interaction I had with my friend where I was talking and I went, I'm gonna bash my head through the wall, and then he just turned and went, what about RuPaul? We're the gayest people ever. Doodling, I was like doing these like cutout stuff with paper, and I just taped in a bunch of my scraps and doodled on top of it. Big fan of this. When I watched Smiling Friends for the first time, did I see the shrimp? How do I look, yellow man? Did I see that shrimp, and did I turn to my friend and go, that's what you look like? Yeah. And did he appreciate it? No. But here I drew him as it, and while I was drawing it, was I laughing so hard? Yes. And was he like sitting next to me, not being like, I wasn't showing him it, and was he going, hey, I'm worried? Because you're laughing really hard and I know you're drawing me, and that's a bad sign. And I kept like laughing very hard and then going, I'm sorry, and he's like, this is not comforting. But don't worry, he didn't appreciate it. This was like the end of the sketchbook, that feeling where I was like, hey, I want to get done with this so bad. So I just quick speed ran, did this like scribbly page of myself, and then did more over here. And then this was the last page. I literally was like, I can't even do it. I think with the last pages of my sketchbook, I think the beginning and the end are parts where I just have such a hard time like getting myself to do literally anything. So I just did like the most scribbly shit and just went, I quit, I'm done. And then I did a self-portrait just to close it off. And good thing I finished what I did, because this sketchbook was like fully falling apart. This is the Arctic sketchbook, if you're curious. The paper in it, really nice. Phenomenal paper. The actual like sketchbook itself was falling apart a lot. Like a few pages were like ripping, which like you couldn't really see, but like just not great for that purpose. I do still want to go through the stuff in here, but I need to check it real quick. But how much time do I have? 10 minutes? I've got time.
Yeah, I've got time.
A lot of these are doodles that I've taped in, and some of this is just like random stuff I've gotten in the mail. But this is Cohen Reese, me, Sona. This was like when I got stickers in the mail. They had a little note and a doodle, and I kept it. 2 doodles on my Sona, a thank you card from an order I got, my dog, big fan of this, my friends know I'm not a human OC. I don't know anything about No I'm Not a Human, but I know that friends OC. And then Don't Even Worry, more of my Sona. Aaron, more of my Sona. Mob, which I hate this drawing, but I kept it anyways, more of my Sona. Don't even worry. These are some of my friend's drawings that he threw in the trash, and I dug out of the trash and put in my sketchbook because I said, you're not throwing away shit around me. That's coming home with me. Another drawing that he threw in the trash that I decided I would take. Can you even? It's so light, but that's me. More of my doodles. And don't even worry, this was before I got my current haircut, and this is exactly what my hair looks like now. Well, don't even worry. Why are you worried? Hello? Can I pick this up perchance? Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be swell? Wouldn't that be so great? I'd be so happy if that worked. And I put everything back. This is another note. Hello? Hello? Can I pick it up? Nothing else in there. Big fan of the sticker bombing, but you can tell that these did not want to like stick to the sketchbook, but I don't even care. I'm done with the sketchbook, so I don't have to think about it anymore. I have started my next sketchbook. What's a good page? I actually will show. I'm almost halfway through this one. What's a good page? What's a good page? This is a good one. I'm a big fan of this spread. This is Co. More of them. More of Co. And then this is me. I'm gonna do a meet the artist. Hopefully, if I remember and force myself to do it this time. Yeah, that's it, I guess. If you want to see the sketchbook tour whenever I do this one, stay around for like a month and I'll probably be done by then. And then I guess just like fucking, I don't know, like go check out my Instagram or my TikTok if you want to see like my artwork on more of a weekly basis. I'm trying to be better about posting more than I have been, but I'm busy. I'm a busy guy. But otherwise, I'm here on YouTube, and then I don't do anything else. But I'm so cool. Please indulge me in my art and appreciate me. Okay. Bye-bye.